Hi, I'm Evan Miller, and welcome back to Retired at 20, Episode 3. Last time we went to Fishtown and we talked about cigars and guitars, did a little shrimp stir fry. Today I am very excited to welcome you back to not Ausable, that's the Ausable, Oscoda, Michigan. We're here again. I did a lot of driving the past couple days to get all my backpacking gear finalized for a future trip that I'm going to talk more about in the morning. I still got to finish setting up camp, and it's almost dark, so I'll check back in the morning. We're going to talk about all the gear I use backpacking. See you guys then. So essentially tonight acts as a test run for this hammock not too far from the up north house in Oscoda to make sure everything's going to work. And yeah, it's just a simple test run down by the river here. It's beautiful though. You can see the outlook is wonderful. But back to the hammock. So this is 99.9% made up of E&O. Some people call it Enu. It's kind of funny that way. Now you're probably wondering why I sound so drained. So I actually drove all the way to Cabela's in Saginaw to finalize my cooking system and my water purification. So I know I said I wasn't going to show any more tonight, but I think that's a pretty sweet setup. So tomorrow morning we'll go through all the gear that I'm going to be using when Jacob and I take our backpacking trip this summer. Good morning, guys. I made it through the night. It was pretty hot actually, so I ended up ditching my sleeping bag. The common loons were extremely loud, making it hard to fall asleep, but once I was asleep I was good. So let me tell you guys why I use a hammock when I backpack, or why I started using a hammock. The sleeping is so much better. I personally think it's lighter than bringing a 2-pole tent, and as I will show you guys in a few minutes, if you look where I'm set up, I'm on a hill right now. I'm on a slant. You can't put a tent on a slant like this. So I will say one drawback was in the dark. Last night when I was getting in my hammock, I did rip my bug net because my fat ass fell, and it's hard to explain, but I went to get in the hammock, sit, and I missed the hammock, and I actually fell into my quilt, and I went whoop right back, and I was stuck in there for like 2 minutes, and I thought I was gonna have to cut myself out with a knife, but luckily I had a paracord ridgeline. I was able to pull myself up and get out of there. So I'll show you guys camp one more time, my final setup, and then once I box everything up, we'll go through all the gear that I use. This was my final setup for the camp. You can see I got a rain fly, a bug net. Underneath my hammock is a quilt. I have an E&O hammock and hammock suspension. Inside the hammock I have a mummy sleeping bag and a Sea to Summit blow-up pillow. And this is what I saw when I woke up. Absolutely beautiful, natural Michigan beauty. Okay, everything's broken down. I'm going to start off by showing what I wear. So those are Keen hiking boots. I think they call them the Keen Targhee. I got camouflage Cabela hunting pants on. And that's pretty much it. I'm just bringing one pair of clothes when I go. They got good pockets on them. Hold a lot of stuff. Now I'm going to go through what I actually keep on me and like all my tools that I keep on my person. Alright, so if you look here, I got an Air Force belt. It was my uncle's. We'll go into right pocket first. Benchmade. I just got this. Love it. Manual. That's all you need. I like the way it sits in my pocket too. In here I also got Burt's Bees chapstick. Essential in my opinion. Down here I got my wallet, but luckily I got a new Ridge wallet coming in, so I look forward to showing you guys that once I get it. And then I got my truck keys and my lighter. Just a Bic lighter. Perfect, right? Now because this is supposed to be channel friendly to everybody, with all sorts of different views, I won't be showing my actual choice of firearm to carry when I'm in the woods, but I will be showing my Blackhawk level 2 holster finger release. Coming over here to the left, I got my iPhone 11. This is for the suspension for my hammock. I got my pillow in here because I'm still packing up, and I got an extra magazine. Reason I carry a gun is in case of any imminent threats. Could be things such as bears or even evil people. Okay, I'm gonna be hopping on and off camera for this part. I'm gonna go more into depth on a lot of this gear once I actually take it on a 4-day or 5-day hiking trip. But as you know, as I mentioned last night, this is a test run of all this gear. So without further ado, let's get started. My sleep system is E&O. This is a E&O bug net. I have an E&O underquilt and an Alp sleeping bag with the E&O hammock and strap, which mine is the camouflage one right there. So what I'm going to be doing is, as I show you the gear, I'm going to pack it, and then when we're done, we'll look at my backpack when it's fully loaded. Up next is a 20-liter dry bag. This is what I keep all my food in, and I'm able to hang this up in a tree at night to protect it from those damn chipmunks or bears. So that's going in next. I always put that towards the bottom, and I'm going to get some air out of it. So it's nice and compressed. I'm trying to go ultralight this year. Our packs weighed in at a ridiculous amount in 2018 when we went to the Manitou Island, me and Jacob. We're trying to go ultralight. So next goes my underquilt. And a lot of this stuff can really be stuffed in there. The rest of my hammock stuff. There's ants everywhere at this campsite. That goes in, bug net, and so on. Alright, so next is a really cool cooking system I picked up from Cabela's. The same one that Jacob has. You know, we found out on our last trip that his worked, but I didn't want to be relying on him to use his stove the whole time. So here it is. It's a little dirty, but I got the little MSR stove. This thing puts off a flame, holy shit. And then here's my fuel supply for it, which all fits in here. And this is probably the most heavy component to my weight, is that, again, we're trying to go ultralight, so bare minimum. Here we have a fork, knife, and spoon in a nice little carry case I got. And then here's the stakes from my Eureka tent, which I use to stake out my rainfly. These actually go up front in the backpack, in the outer thing, because they're so tiny. Just kind of stuff those down there. Alright, what else do we got? Pretty cool. Little stuff sack from REI. This I can just throw extra clothes in. Easy to hang up at night to let air out. All around good thing to have. I keep a pair of athletic shorts in there. So, let's talk about water. Last time I didn't have any Nalgene water bottles. I brought 2 huge tin water things from Costco, which was the dumbest mistake I've ever made. All you pros can laugh at me. So yesterday I finally picked up a Nalgene water bottle. This is the only water container I'm bringing on my 4-day hike on the Manistee Trail that we're planning on going. I'm going to be able to work with this. No doubt about it. This will be perfect. The hydration bladder adds a lot of extra weight, and I didn't find myself using it that much. And which leads me to my next point. I finally have a nice filter, but I'm actually going to take a nice drink of water from the Ausable. That hits the spot. Alright, that goes right there in my pack. Here's the new water filter I picked up. It's the Katadyn. Can't remember the model. Oh shit, I'm dropping stuff. But here's the meat and potatoes. This actually screws on top of an Nalgene bottle. Toss this in your stream, pump away. Pretty damn efficient. And you can adjust it based on the type of water you're trying to filter. If it's nasty black water, you can adjust it so the pistons are really pumping through. Basically the intent of that is that you don't waste the pistons and filter on water that's already pretty clear. Alright, we're literally, I know that didn't even seem like that much stuff to me, but we're down to the last 4 things. So here is a dry bag. I keep all my extra paracord in there for tying a ridge line, which, that stupid mosquito out of here, I hate you, I hate you. Those things are everywhere. Alright, so anyways, tying a ridge line, which brings me to my next point, which I already mentioned. I ripped my bug net, so I'm going to have to find a place near Traverse. If you know a place near Traverse that sells E&O products, please let me know in the comment section. Alright, off. Y'all know this is essential. I bathe in this stuff in the woods. I'm so tired of those stupid bugs, especially flies. Ask Jacob what he thinks about black flies. Cool. So we got a headlamp here. This thing's pretty sweet. It's not my main light. I have another light, but I don't have it with me. My EDC light, everyday carry. And then I just picked this up yesterday at Northwoods Outlet. It's pretty cool. It's a trowel. Y'all know the dirty deed. Practice good, leave no trace. And actually, I just dropped it, but it's got a little thing to spark a fire. If it even works. There we go. So that's pretty cool to have, you know, it's never a bad idea to have multiple ways to start a fire. Get that back in there. It's not a very good case, but... Oh, I also forgot to mention a pretty cool thing. The paracord grip. That's pretty sweet, right? In case you never have too much paracord. Alright, that goes up front. I just kind of let it dangle out with the paracord. Last but not least, I'm going to let my backpack sleep in this. Covered in bugs. And, oh, God, I hate spiders. Dead spider in there. My rain cover, but this gets more use as just a, like a cover to put my pack in overnight. That was one of Jacob's good ideas. So I just stuff this at the top. First thing that comes out. And now the most important part of everything I have on the trail, Crocs. If you ain't crocking, you ain't rocking. Every person into outdoor stuff should have a pair of Crocs, seriously. So I'm gonna actually bring the camera over and show you guys the final pack. Alright, Crocs go on top. These things are feather-like. So I don't know how much you'll be able to see. Like I said, there will be more content of this for you guys who are into backpacking and stuff. I got a little stuff thing at the top so I can pull it tight and at least make sure my gear's not going too crazy. So my pack, it's an Osprey. It's what is it? It's a 70 liter. That's a pretty big pack, but you know, it's good to have extra space. So it's actually got a part that'll sit on top, that's the real top of the backpack, but I took it off because I don't want extra weight. So, and that actually folds into a day pack, but I'm not planning on setting up a base camp and then day hiking, so get out of breath here. Pull the top and we'll buckle it up. There's a bunch of compression pulls on here, so you can really compress your stuff. You get a nice snug fit, and that's it. Everything's good to go. I'll show you guys what the pack looks like on me real quick. Alright, you don't need to see my face for this, but there's my pack. It's got gear loaders or shift loaders. It's snug. It is very lightweight. I could go all day hiking with this. I'm very happy with my 2020 backpacking setup, and I look forward to taking you guys in episode, I'm going to say episode 5 or 6 will be backpacking for real. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I know this was a very short episode, but I just wanted to kind of compress everything down into one episode so you could see the backpacking setup before we actually take it real backpacking. This was real, but real deal. So I'm headed back to Sutton's Bay today. Next episode, I plan on sitting down with author legend, Michigan legend, Ben Hamper, author of Rivethead, Tales from the Assembly Line. And I plan to talk about the Champ 20 finally. We'll get around to that. And yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the backpacking outdoor section of Retired at 20. You know, there's a lot of different components to this series, so I thank you guys for enjoying. I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you when I get back to Sutton's Bay either today or tomorrow. Peace.
Why you wanna count on me? Well, I never had a baby to treat me this way. I never had a sugar that liked to play all the games, the lies, baby, I do